What's going on, YouTube? What happening with y'all? You hear me? It's your boy Quadeuce, and I'm back for another video with y'all. And I want to talk to y'all about a few things. One, I want to introduce y'all to a few new audio segments. Political Deuce is gonna be an audio segment I'm gonna be starting on this channel, and I'm getting the political things. I'm still trying to think about how I'm gonna do it, but I'm getting to political things. And what's the other one? I forgot that fast. But Politically Deuce, it's gonna be talking about politics. I'm gonna start diving into the world of politics, current politics that going on today, things that are happening in politics today, and I'll probably spin off of it and spin back onto my own shit, honestly, cause what better thing to do than be on your own shit? Yeah, you feel me? So I'll probably end up talking a lot about on these audio segments the vision for governance, or the vision of governance in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like an introduction to me kind of getting into politics. You know, because I'm real passionate about change. I'm real passionate about, people's living conditions and humanity as a whole. And I believe that the original governance of everything is spiritual. You feel me? So like spirituality, there's deities and laws and things out there that govern divine, forces and stuff that govern what's going on, in your world, in your earth, in your realm. You feel me? And how things kind of unfold. And I believe in that. I believe in, spirituality. So it'll be a mixed kind of political, spiritual kind of vibe. But it'll be fun. It should be fun. We all hop into it, talk about some political stuff. I might troll a few of y'all, start some arguments. You know what I'm saying? Five per L, whatever the case is, and we gonna get into some political topics and things of that nature. That's an announcement that I had to make for the upcoming video segment. Now, let's get into the topic of today and what we gonna talk about right now. Right now, I want to talk about all the stuff that's going on. There's so much going on. And this audio segment right here, this finna be a hip hop soul train audio segment. We finna have spiritual church. We finna take a journey like a locomotive through the soul and connect to the divine and have spiritual church. Right here, right now, let's do it. But it's a lot going on. And with this lot going on, it's so many things unraveling and unfolding so fast at the same time. It's kind of hard to keep up with. Let's run down the list. We got 3 AI Atlas coming in. We gonna talk about that. We got Venom, the meteorite rock that landed over there in Panama, where dude is growing an alien species of science. Science is trying to debunk it. Well, you know how it be when you got your big time people coming out trying to say, nah, this ain't what that is, this is what it is. Instead, a bunch of information that confuse people and shit. But I don't really think it could really be debunked, because you saw that shit grow out of a rock. Like, it came out the rock. Like, that's proof in itself that there's life out there somewhere type shit. You feel me? So we got that. We got a lot of stuff happening in the politician realm right now with Trump and Putin and governments doing a lot of stuff right now. We at war spiritually. And intelligence and information is an aid or a weapon in the war. And there's wars going on right now just for your intelligence. A lot of the shit that's going on with your governments right now, these are wars about your intelligence. These are wars that are being raised, and things that have been fought over is intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like, information that's gonna change lives type shit. So with the governments and everything that's going on with the fight between them and these secret organizations that are coming out and going against each other inside of whole systems of government, which is like a war inside of a war of its own inside. It's like a war inside of a war that's fighting a war. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like 4-5 wars going on at one time right now, but people ain't paying this no attention. They don't really understand. Your governments are at war right now for control, for power, and for information and intellect. And they're also at war with certain populations of people that have certain genetic codes and shit. There's certain bloodlines, spiritually, that's been trying to be hunted down for thousands of years because they don't want some shit connecting. But they can't stop it. Let's have spiritual church. They can't stop it. How they gonna stop it? We saw them successfully fire a Hellcat missile at a UAP. It deflected it. How they gonna stop it? They can't stop it. They can't stop it. It's inevitable. It was written. It's been written. You know what I'm saying? It was written in spirit. It's written in primordial frequency and energy and code. And I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna talk about. I just kind of debunked a little bit of the them trying to say that venom ain't venom. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. That's motherfucking venom, man. That's a venom rock, man. You heard of a crack rock? You heard of a b-ball? Pass me the rock? Nah, pass me some venom rock, man. You feel me? Hey, I want some venom rock. Ain't none of y'all got no venom rock. You ain't got no venom rock. I ain't trying to talk to you. Matter of fact, somebody booked me a flight to Panama, so I go get some of this venom rock, man. For real talk. Cause I want a little piece of that little. You feel me? I want a little piece of that. But anyways, cause I heard he was chopping them up in little pieces, like cutting little pieces out, like kind of like what they call it? Topping, like if you in the gardener or anyway, I'm just keep simple. Cutting little pieces off of the organism, cause it is still grow and move and do its thing and develop, even if you cut a piece of itself from itself and put it in, the right conditions. But yeah, man, this is crazy, man. All the stuff that's going on, I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy. It's hard, and you also gotta understand, spiritual family, we fighting a war against just being overwhelmed. Like, shit I just told y'all, I'm, you know what I'm saying, having a battle trying not to overwhelm myself, but I'm also trying to learn as much as I can so I can have as much intellect as possible. Um, this is what's going on. And for all of y'all naysayers that haven't watched the news yet, still won't believe anything that I'm saying right now, just go do a quick Google search. Go type it in on YouTube or something. If you don't know what's going on about 3AI Atlas and what's the other one? It's an even bigger or 100 times bigger object in the solar system headed directly towards 3A Atlas. Yeah. Yeah, see they don't talk about that. They ain't telling y'all everything. But if you do your research, it's all on the internet, you can find it. There's something coming in from Sagittarius, the constellation. Something's coming in from that Sagittarius region and it's coming towards 3A. Not 3A Atlas, 3A I3A Atlas, that man is so confusing to me. It just tongue twists me every time. And I done seen it like 3 days straight. It's coming up out of the Aquarius constellation. Again, these are details that are not being told. Why is that important? For one, that allows us to trace back where the life forms are coming from. And if 3A got life form on it, and they already done said that the tail that they thought was some ice shit that turned into a jet propulsion system and it shot out green flames and it changed trajectory, course, all kind of shit. It's a lot of information going around, swirling around right now that 3AI Atlas is, in fact, not a comet at all. And very, very similar to some kind of machine technology, advanced machine technology crap. We'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's looking more and more UAP around here by the second. You feel me? But back to the constellations where they're coming from, I've only been able to find this information in one video. I went through so many videos looking about this shit. One video said this information that they was coming from here and here. Now, it's just important to me because now I'm an Aquarius, so you know that shit instantly triggered me. Like, I instantly just set up in my seat. Like, nigga, what? Nigga, they on the way. Nigga, they coming to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I done instantly set up in my seat as I'm learning this information in shock, disbelief, excitement, whatever you want to call it. And even with the 211, I think it's called, they trying to call it like 211 or some shit like that. It's coming out of Sagittarius region. That's amazing to me to know and be able to track where this stuff coming from. Now, if this is intelligent life form, that means it's coming from these regions. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, being that it's coming from the Aquarius constellation, I be having kind of like visions and downloads. Like, for those that don't know about some of the things that Quadeuce be tapping to, Quadeuce be having visions sometimes. Like, that's on Raven type shit. Like, and then it's like, I have visions like that on Raven, but I can also like kind of just see in the future. It's kind of like I always just got a insight of ahead of time. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's as if we driving down the road and I'm on the road and I'm looking down the highway at a normal road and I see everything normal that I'm supposed to see. But if I try to look up ahead of that, I can also see that too. And it's normal, but I know it's not normal because I know what a baseline is of everything I'm supposed to be seeing. So, that's something I'm spiritual gift. I'll say, and an amazing one to have at that. You know, but yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff going on. So, with all of this alien talk, let me give you guys some downloads that I've been getting surrounding all of this alien talk, all of this information that's swirling around. Let me get into it. Before we even saw 3AI Atlas change mid-atmosphere, I was on my way to dropping a video about the situation, relating it to the venom situation, the meteorite rock in Panama, and then relating it to the 211 situation. I think they're trying to call that 100 times bigger object. But my video got deleted, and that is okay. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of want to tie it all in and talk about each one in detail, and give you kind of like downloads I've been getting around what could and could not what could and could not be happening, but what could be happening that we're not seeing and understanding. So before this shit changed mid-atmosphere and turned on the jets and all that, the propulsion systems from a plasma engine is what scientists are saying is more than likely is. I was already saying that this is not what they saying it is, just based off of how it was already moving and the materials, like it having been made of nickel, and not having any iron, which is very rare to find nickel without iron. It's definitely something that is would be to get that, something like that, I guess would be dealing with some kind of technology that's advanced. And then there was other things that didn't line up, such as the artificial lights that it was projecting. How could I forget? Also, we got to talk about that message that was, the coded message that was sent to what, NASA? Was it NASA? They sent out a message. 3AI sent out a message to people. And scientists were able to decode it. And I've heard information saying this along the lines of, we've been watching for some time now. We've seen the things that are taking place on your planet with disease and wars and, basically extraterrestrials saying they've been watching. And now it's time for us to, merge, basically. Like, they gonna come around type shit. Like, it's time for them to show themselves. And it's also time for the advancement of certain technologies to be revealed. And it's happening right now. I kid you not. Today I scrolled down my Facebook timeline. Russia, cancer vaccine, already in trials, 100% effectiveness. It was another one. What it had said, damn, it won by cancer vaccine. It won by HIV. Like major diseases out of nowhere. I'm finding information on, and I shared a few different pieces of the information on my Facebook profile. If y'all want to go follow me on my Facebook profile, y'all can. At Quadeuce, just like it's spelled on the channel, you gonna see it. You gonna be able to tell by the hair that I did have before this. Yeah. But I find it kind of strange that now that all of this is happening and all this information is getting out about things that's changing and taking place, now all of a sudden it's these kids coming out. And I just feel it just rubbed me out the wrong way a little bit, because it almost felt like I just got that instant feeling, that instant understanding of you motherfuckers. Y'all been sitting on this shit for fucking years, ain't you? Y'all been had these cures, didn't you? Yeah, y'all just wanted us to stay in a high state of suffering. Y'all just wanted us to stay sick. Y'all just wanted us to stay oppressed. But get what? Hey, one thing the aliens say about the human, they say, damn, the humans got heart. For real. And guess what? Heart ties into the macabre. Heart ties into, love is love is the great transcender, is what I like to call it. As I said in another video, transcends all realms of reality. Love, it never dies. It can go anywhere. Your heart holds a frequency as well. And it got also that frequency that your heart holds can vibrate so strong that it can, emit that frequency hundreds of feet around you. Your whole body does this. Your aura, your vibrations, all of this is emitting energy all around you. What else? So much to talk about, man. But that just rubbed me the wrong way. And then, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Galactic Confederation. I don't know if you guys ever heard of anything like that. But if you have, then you know that there's a lot of technology being said that is on the way. You know that there's a lot of things that's going on that's starting to actually show proof that it's going on. Like, you starting to actually be able to see shit going on that being said for years now has been going on in the background, assisting or not assisting, the energies at play here that are doing good things to restore everything back to balance. Now, if a lot of that I just said to y'all sound crazy, let me say it like this. How you know that these beings are how do you know these beings are made up when reality is deeper than what you can see? I mean, even if you can't see these beings, they could still exist. I mean, even if you never heard of these beings, they could still exist. And that's a lot. The Galactic Confederation has some credibility to it. It's not just some made up shit. It's, that I'm saying. But I'm sure a lot of y'all that's about to watch this video has never heard of it. But it's supposed to be like a collective attempt from a bunch of different beings to, like I said, restore the hormone. I mean, not the hormone, but restore the balance and everything like that back to the planet how it once was. And now let me dive in deeper into that, and let me tell y'all why I think that could be very much going on. Now, we saying that beings are trying to restore in the background the planet back to where it was through different works. Now, these works tie into like the spiritual realms, if you would. Tie into like through different entities that are alive biologically. Like the waters. Like how they saying the aliens come through the waters. We all know that if you got any kind of clarity of vision, you can see that water is very much alive, living entity. It has to flow to become charged. It has to flow to be alive. That's why they say stuff like spring water is better than purified water or your sink water, your tap water, because spring water has been flowing from a spring. You feel me? So, the waters, man, the waters today, I'm not gonna lie, I had an extreme download or extreme feeling about the waters. These waters, man, there's something about these waters. And I ran across the information that certain beings have been sending healing frequencies to the earth and to the people that are here to support and be of aid in this whole process of ascension, of trying to ascend back to a higher consciousness as we once were. Now, the battle on the consciousness side is there's been wars going on about this consciousness and the ascension of the consciousness for a long time. That's why a lot of these things were created like CERN that have like house like collidical particles accelerators, which can completely manipulate our whole timeline and put us like down there, back in the past, back in the future type shit. You feel me? And there's all kind of other technologies that have been created and designed to do just that. Aside from the psyops that they already do in our governments, aside from the chemtrails and all of the different poisons that they're putting in our foods and waters and everything, so that we can't get the healing and nutrition we need, and we gotta stay under some kind of sickness or lack. You know what I'm saying? Deficiency. But I got the message, and this came with this was a message that came from the Galactic Confederation. That they've been being healing. They have been sending healing frequencies from where they are to where we are, to kind of keep and help this planet stay and maintain in the process of ascension, to keep, going. And I was thinking in my mind, right, when I heard this, and I'm not one of them people that's about to act, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watch a lot of spiritual content. I watch fucking everybody. Rashad Jamal, Rod Hayes, Kas, not damn, I almost said Kas, Kai, though, what's his name, Kali, I think his name like Kai or something like that. Infinite Waters, Ryan Smart, Smoke the Creator, I mean, who is it not to watch? I just entertain myself with spirituality these days. I'm not even gonna lie, like, my vibe, I've been on such a spiritual vibe, I don't do shit but watch it as entertainment now. And then get to the point where I could go in and break down the entertainment from the real spiritual stuff, and then I receive this information, but I get my own divine download from it. That's a whole different thing. I get a download from some information I was watching that was a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? It might have been about something, but that done sparked the download that I not received the idea. So, I'm thinking, what if these beings have been sending us frequencies from their planets in time? And I'm going to tell y'all why I said in time in a minute. And What if they've been using their power to send frequencies down to this planet to do just that? What if Earth is under stress from a direct energy manipulation from different beings? Because the Earth is alive. She herself is way more than a planet, but every planet is way more than a planet. You see what I'm saying? And everything is really alive. So it's like the Earth had guardians at one point in time. She had beings that were, well, shit, I ain't gonna say beings, they were larger than beings, like deities that protected the nature and, you know, the balance of her when she was in a balanced state before everything that corrupted everything, before the attempts of corruption. So everything is connected, if you ask me. And this is what's been going on right here, right in front of us. And even with the government, I'm gonna throw out a few names that I've heard being in these battles and wars. Luciferians, white hats, you know what I mean? Illuminati, Cabal, the Vatican. Like, it's so many different names of different secret organizations and, you know, shit that been going on for a long time. And the thing about these secret organizations is they war amongst themselves and they also war within each other, as any natural group does. You feel me? Like, you get in a group of people, y'all might have a fight, y'all might get to a fight, but let another group come and try to challenge your group, nigga, you in a fight for sure. So that's a way to look at it. So when you hear these secret societies and stuff, understand these secret societies, they ain't out here just chilling and living. They trying to just chill and live and store and keep all this information for themselves, but they can't just do that. You gotta understand that they putting themselves in a position to be in a permanent battle with everyone around them about this information all the time. Because why the fuck you got it and you trying to like store it away for yourself and shit and use it to manipulate shit for your own purpose and timelines and shit? Nah. You feel me? And that's the problem with that. All that government psyop shit, man. Fuck all that. That shit weak. All that shit is weak anyways. All that government shit is going on. That's the low level of the war shit going on. High levels of the war is the consciousness level. You know, the intelligence wars and the conscious war. That's where all the deities and beings of great powers are fighting for and stuff like that. And also, if there are aliens, what makes y'all think these aliens don't fight for consciousness? What makes y'all think that these aliens don't fight for souls? Now, we know there's alien races without souls. What makes y'all think that some of them might not want a soul? Or what if they're coming for a specific group of people? Coming back to get a specific group of people. Or coming to assist a specific group of people. I was told in the Galactic Confederation message that there will be no us, when they get here, there will be no us going to their ships and leaving our homes and shit like that. It'd be like type in-house type shit. Like they coming to us to, you know, bring their technologies for us to be able to use and get back in a harmonious state in the seeing and go into this next dimension, man. If y'all don't know, the Earth been ascending for a long time. The split is here. The new Earth and the old Earth. The lower dimension and density versus the higher dimension and density. Not really versus, but it's kind of like merging right now. Like you could be real, real spiritual, and right now, and it'd be like, yeah, they some spiritual people. Or you could be real, real superficial right now on some earthly shit, and it'd be like, yeah, they some regular, just some regular, everyday, ordinary folks. Either way, in 2025, neither party is really gonna get looked at strange. See what I'm saying? So, I don't even know. I just lost my train of thought, but hopefully that was y'all caught it. But I just was just saying. But yeah, there's so much going on, and what if they're coming to look for certain types of people? What if some people here already on the planet is not really human, and they gotta come back for theirs? You feel me? What if they wanted to come to destroy everything and destroy our human life form? Would we, as humanity, be able to pull together and get it together in time enough to save ourselves? It's a lot of stuff to think about, man. But I'm leaning towards the spirituality stuff. Not even gonna lie. And I'm leaning towards the higher ascension stuff, and being that there have been beings out here that have been watching us and sending us healing frequencies because they know what's been happening to our planet. But it wasn't the right time for them to intervene yet. One thing I'm also getting is divine timing is every fucking thing. Nigga, you ain't did shit and you ain't gonna do shit without divine timing. And that is, to me, what makes everything spiritual. Like, divine timing. Like, yeah, you can go build you a city, a building, a government, but yeah, it's gonna be so until divine timing. You see what I'm saying? You could go build you a whatever you want, but it might not work right if it ain't aligned with divine timing. You could go be whoever you want to be, but you're gonna have to wait on divine timing. See what I said? So that's something that just came to me just now as I was talking about this. That's deep. Time and divine having a connection. Or is it just, should we just call it divine? You just gotta wait on the divine, because we know time ain't really, in the ways we look at it and call it a thing, ain't really a thing. It's linear. And everything spirals and curves around this motherfucker. So we know that don't even fit the bill, but also time loses itself. Like, we lose time every day. We've lost seconds, I think, or milliseconds since the beginning of creation of time type shit. And that tells me, like, how the fuck you gonna lose time? You can't lose no motherfucking time, nigga. Like, if you losing time, that means you on an artificial time. You can't lose time. There's always a way to keep track of the times. The present moment is the now. The past is the past, and the future is the future. How the fuck you losing time? It don't make sense to me. I don't know if people ever really put that together, but it don't make no sense to the Quadeuce, man. None whatsoever. Alright, and the other thing I want to talk to y'all about. The daughters of the dragon. The seven flames and their bloodlines, which represent them. In ancient times, the dragon was the supreme being. deity, entity. I don't know which one is bigger. But I know they all mean a different thing, and they categorize by like size of the overall essence of the meat, if you would, type shit. Simple. I'm simplifying it, niggifying it, whatever you want to call it, putting it as simple as terms that people can break it down and understand. You feel me? And these colors each had and represented a different thing. And these 7 bloodlines, 7 flames of consciousness, because the dragon also represents the highest form of consciousness. Very intelligent being. Also, the polarity of the dragon, of its intelligence, it's like brains and bronze. Like, I'm smart and intelligent right now, but catch me on the flip side and I'll beat your ass. I'll shut shit down with no thought. You feel me? With no brain. Just straight bronze. So that spun to me as well recently. I was thinking about that. And also, the 7 flame colors like gold, red, green, blue, silver, white, and black. And the video was breaking down what the colors represent. Like gold represents the technologies of consciousness used to enlighten people, like crystals, meditation, technologies of consciousness. The red represents the reptilian bloodline and that raw reptilian in DNA bloodline and just pure nature of a woman to not submit to anything because of sovereignty, and because rightfully so, why would you submit to something when you created it all? And who the fuck can be mad at that? Why would you kneel when you birthed and raised me? You feel what I'm saying? It's the masculine kneeling to the feminine is the honor. It's an honor to do it, and it's an honor to, and it's done out of honor to the feminine. Okay, so we got gold, we got red, green. Green to me was like earth, kind of represented that earth type nature of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of connection, like that motherly connection, if you would. And it said that the green flame was the most ravaged. You know what I'm saying? It was one of the most attacked because it did something like held something in place or something like that, like something to do with the balancing and holding a balance in place. And it just gives out the vibe to me, an earthly vibe. So we got gold, green, red. That was blue, white, black, and silver. Silver was like the women that have the ability to receive like divine messages and download, just like in out of nowhere type shit. Like just always know a download, a message. I always can receive something from source. Black was represented by the divine feminine that kept the powers hidden. You know, certain power, like shadow powers, like stuff that weren't meant to be put into the public view, or I ain't gonna say public view, but for stuff that weren't meant for everybody, stuff that was meant to do in privacy, you know, like behind closed doors, like shit that's like your business. But it also represented power, because these women that were represented by the black flame, were secretly running things behind closed doors because they have the information of the divine. So it's like, you the president, but I got this information to tell you. Now you know this information. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that kind of thing. And a lot of them were high priestesses in ancient times. Witches represent that black flame. All of the witchcraft stuff, the black magic, the dark matter energy, all that would be right there. Green, red, black, gold, silver, white. White was taken over and used as like one of the main colors for religious, the purity of the white, secret organizations a lot use the white color and the black color in different instances. And yeah, also, I ain't gonna say it the wrong way. It also represented purity, if you will. Like, just being a pure soul. But I just thought it was real interesting that 7 flames and the bloodlines, and then they trace it all the way back to the divine, basically. And I'm like, this is information that's been out here. It's not really new information, but you do gotta go do the research to find it. So much going on, guys. So much to unpack. But we gonna be alright. And that's a fact. I just thought it was really, really intriguing. A lot of the information I've been coming across lately, and the rate that I've been coming across it at, has been so fast. Like, damn. But one thing we must do, no matter what's going on, since we having spiritual church, is we must go inside of ourselves. Everything that I just talked to you guys about, I found that they all carry messages of going back within yourself. Even divine consciousness and Kundalini is telling you to go inside yourself to access. You know what I'm saying? The Egyptians told you to go inside yourself. You know yourself, you'll know the universe. To know yourself is to know the universe. I don't know how it's worded, but something like that. That's people from every civilization and every walk of life telling you to go within inside yourself. So, I might as well tell you the same thing. You're going to have to go within inside yourself to access what you are who you are and what you could become, the roadmap to all of that is through yourself. It's a mixture of a path of real deal body work, like real deal body composition, and mostly posture, spinal alignment. Spinal alignment affects all of this because we finna get into the 3AI Atlas again. 3AI Atlas is actually a representation of yourself. It's a mirror representation of yourself from the title all the way down to what it all, the whole wording of it all. You know what I'm saying? 3 eyes. 3 eyes. Third eye? Third eye? 3 eye? Yeah. People ain't putting that together. And then I was listening to a goddess and she said something crazy that I like, damn, that's some shit I ain't even thought about. And it was something along the lines of, it's a mirror representation of what you should be doing. Like the mothership 3AI Atlas or the comet, whatever you want to call it, is it kind of functions like the body. And she was going over the body function and she was saying how C1 holds up your holds up the heavens. Your C1 holds up everything up here, your brain. And what's like directly supposed to be aligned with it is like your third eye. So, when I say aligned, I mean they work together as a function. So when you align out of your body, when you align your spine like it's supposed to be aligned, like your body is an actual tool. Like your spine actually is more than just what you think. For one, your spine sends black fluid up and down and all throughout it all the time. It's some people refer to it as the Christ consciousness oil, which is supposed to rise from your root all the way up to your crown. And when you reach your crown, you have pretty much reached infiniteness, if you would. But she spent it more so like, I don't want to reword it wrong. She spent it more so like the dome that everybody keeps talking, the firmament is, this is the firmament right here. This is the motherfucking dome. This is the dome that everybody keep trying to break out of out there. Ain't no breaking out there. You gotta break through here. It's the only way. So she's like, this is the dome, and this is where you're breaking through, basically, to be able to, for your third eye to be able to keep ascending up past the dome or the interconnected web that holds, you know what I'm saying? That is the what they call it? She called it a name. Started with M too. Mayat. She explained it like, Mayat is an interconnected web of consciousness. And, well, no, she explained like Mayat is the key to breaking free, like to ascending past your dome or your here. So you can go past the dome and ascend into the heavens. So I thought that was really unique, a real unique perspective. And very believable and understandable too, to relate it through your body instead of out there. We got all this outside stuff going on, and it's kind of like tricky too, because everything that we're talking about aliens and everything is kind of like it's going on outside of us ourselves. So what's at the same time we doing all this talking about what's going on outside of ourselves. We gotta do some talking about what's going on inside of ourselves somewhere. Somewhere we gotta have a conversation about all the information we know about ourselves and going within. And there's a lot out there. You just gotta take your time and do some searching. What else? I'm trying to make sure I covered everything. Daughters of the Dragon. Talked about 3AI. Talked about Venom, little Venom rock. 211. I'm just going down the list in my head, trying to make sure I check all the boxes out. So that way when I end this video, you know, my brain can feel like you said everything you were supposed to say right there. There is also something I gotta add at the end of this, and it was kind of it was based off of, it came from the Galactic Confederation video. There may be upcoming times of difficulties and horizon for humanity based off of how smooth or not smooth this ascension process that has been trying to, this timeline that has been, the ascension timeline is like destined to happen. So it's destiny. Like, if your consciousness is alive, if you think about it. So consciousness either gotta ascend or descend. It gotta move. It gotta move because it's alive. Like water. Water gotta move. And guess what also represents consciousness in a way? Water. Intellect. Information. That's all water. It gotta flow. It gotta move. So consciousness, it gotta go in ascend or it's just gonna descend. It ain't no just staying there. Any thoughts of just staying where you are, things never changing and just being just like this, the same, that's not consciousness right there. Consciousness want to grow. In some kind of way it want to grow. Whether it's growing in a negative energy and it want to keep being and growing in that direction, or it's growing in a positive energy frequency and I want to keep being and growing in that direction. You gotta grow in some way, shape, or form. Hour-long video, man. We just had spiritual church. We just touched on a whole host of topics. This is my third attempt trying to get this video out. And we finally did it, so I'm finna pat myself on the back, give my motherfucking self a hug, you understand? Cause god damn, I was not about to make this video when that first video got deleted, like 45 minutes long. I was not about to make another video. Then I was sick too, like I was sick yesterday, so I'm trying to make a video. I done got 45 minutes in and was sick. And I was like, man, I just don't feel like doing it again today. But, you know I had to get it done. Some point, sometime or another. It's your boy Quadeuce. And until next time, man, y'all stay safe out there. and stay on this spiritual soul train. You hear me? Choo, choo.